Hey guys, what's up? How you doing? Hope you're doing great. Welcome back to my YouTube channel and welcome to the Diary of Wimpy Kid Rodrick Rules series. So for English reading, learning new vocabulary, new expressions, new idioms. So let's get started, guys. Saturday. Me and Rodrick were just sitting around the house today, so Mom sent us over to Grandma's to rake her leaves. Mom said that she'd pay us $100 in mom bucks for each bag we filled. Plus, Grandma said she'd give us hot chocolate after we were finished. I really didn't feel like working on a Saturday, but I needed the cash. Besides, Grandma makes really awesome hot chocolate, so we got some rakes and plastic bags from our garage and headed down to Grandma's house. So I took one side of the yard and Rodrick took the other, but 10 minutes onto the job, Rodrick came over and told me I was doing everything all wrong. No, 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 don't do that. Rodrick said I was putting way too many leaves in each bag, and that if I just tied the bag closer to the bottom, I could get done a lot quicker. See, now this is the kind of advice you're supposed to get from your older brother. Oh, yeah. After Rodrick showed me that trick, khuda, we went through bags like nobody's business. In fact, we ran out in half an hour. Grandma didn't seem too happy about forking over the hot chocolate when we came inside, but like they say, deal is a deal. Monday. Ever since career day, Rolly has been spending lunch with a bunch of girls who sit at the corner table in the cafeteria. I guess the group of them is like the future nurses of America or something. So don't ask me what they talk about over there. They just whisper and giggle like a bunch of first graders. All I can say is they better not be talking about me. You remember how I said Rodrick is the only one who knows about that really embarrassing thing that happened to me over the summer? Well, Rolly knows the second most embarrassing thing that ever happened to me, and I really don't need him digging it back up. Digging it back up when you dig something up or bring it up again. So back in fifth grade, we had a project in Spanish where we had to do a skit in front of the class, and my partner was Rolly. So we had to do the whole skit in Spanish. Rolly asked me what I would do for a candy bar, and I said I'd stand on my head. But when I tried to do a headstand, I tipped over and my rear end went right through the wall. Oh my God, don't ever do a headstand, guys. So, well, the school never bothered to fix the hole. So, for the rest of my time in elementary school, my butt print was on a display in Mrs. Gonzalez's room. So, and if Rollies is spreading that story around, believe me, I'm gonna tell the whole world who ate the cheese. Today, I realized that if I wanted to know what Rolly and those girls are talking about at lunch, all I have to do is read his diary. I'll bet he's writing down all sort of juicy gossip in that thing. Gossip, guys. What does it mean by gossip? Gossip is the talk that you say behind someone, okay? When you talk about someone behind their back, okay? So the problem is Rolly's diary is locked. So even if I got a hold of it, I wouldn't have any way to open it. But then I thought of something. All I had to do was buy the same exact diary he has, and then I'd have a key. So I went to the bookstore tonight and got the last one on the shelf. I just hope buying the thing was worth it because I had to cash in half of my mom box to pay for it. And I don't think Dad was too thrilled with the idea of me buying a sweet secrets diary either. Thrilled. Thrilled means very happy, guys. So I wasn't too happy about that, right? Thrilled. All right, use this word instead of happy. Thursday, after phys ed today, I saw that Raleigh accidentally left his diary on the bench. So when the coast was clear, I used my new key on his diary, and sure enough, it worked. I opened it up and started reading. Dear diary, today I played with my blah 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 action and so on. Okay, so like types over like everything. I flipped through the rest of the book to see if my name wasn't there anywhere, but it was just page after page of this garbage. After seeing what's going on in Raleigh's head, I'm kind of starting to wonder why I'm even friends with him in the first place. Saturday, things at home have been really good for about a week. Rodrick has the flu, so he doesn't have the energy to bother me, to annoy me or bug me. So, and Manny has been at grandma's, so I've had the TV all to myself. Yesterday, Mom and Dad made a surprise announcement. They said they were going away for the night and that me and Rodrick were in charge of the house. That was some pretty big news because Mom and Dad have never left me and Rodrick on our own before. I think they have always been afraid that if they go away, Rodrick is gonna have a huge party and trash the house, like make it like garbage. But with Rodrick knocked out with the flu, they must have seen their big chance. So after Mom gave us a speech about responsibility and trust and all that, they took off. So the second Mom and Dad walked out the door, Rodrick jumped up off of the couch and picked up the phone. Then he called every friend he knew and told them he was having a party. I thought about calling Mom and Dad to tell them what Rodrick was up to, but I've never actually been to a high school party before, so I was curious. What does it mean by curious? Having curiosity about something. Curious, eager to know or learn something interested. Okay, like he wanted to learn about that and he was curious, fuduli. So I decided to just keep my mouth shut and soak it all in. Soak in something. When you soak in something, to enter something by gradual process. To enter something by a gradual process, you know? Rodrick told me to get some folding tables out of the basement and to bring a couple of bags of ice out of the downstairs freezer. Rodrick's friends started to show up around 7, and before you knew it, there was cars parked up and down the street. The first person to walk through the door was Rodrick's friend Ward. A bunch more people started showing up after that, and Rodrick told me we were gonna need more tables, so I went downstairs to get them. But as soon as I stepped foot in the basement, I heard the door lock behind me. I pounded on the door, but Rodrick just cranked up the music to drown me out. To drown me out, like nobody will listen to me. Drown me out. So I was stuck down there. Man, I should have known Rodrick would go and pull something like that. I guess it was pretty dumb of me, stupid of me. It was pretty stupid of me to think Rodrick was gonna let me in on the action. It sounded like it was a pretty wild party. I think some girls even showed up at one point, but I couldn't be too sure because it was hard to keep track of what was going on from just looking at the bottom of people's shoes. The party was still going strong at 2 a.m. So, but that's when I gave up. I spent the night on one of the spare beds in the basement, even though there were no blankets on it. I practically froze to death, but there was no way I was gonna use a blanket from Rodrick's bed. Somebody must have unlocked the basement door overnight because when I woke up this morning, it was open, and when I walked upstairs, it looked like a tornado had touched down in the family room. So the last of Rodrick's friends wasn't gone until 3 in the afternoon, and once everyone left, Rodrick told me I had to help him clean up. I told Rodrick he was out of his mind if he thought I was helping, but then Rodrick said that if he got busted for the party, he was taking me down with him. To get busted, to get caught. He was taking me down with him. So he said if I didn't help him clean up the mess, he would tell all my friends about the thing that happened to me this summer. I couldn't believe Rodrick would play dirty like that, but I could tell he was serious, so I just got to work. Mom and Dad were supposed to be back by 7, and we still had a ton of work to do. It wasn't easy to erase all the evidence. Erase means delete. Delete all the evidence, and of the party because Rodrick's friends had left trash in all these crazy places. At one point, when I went to make myself a bowl of cereal, a half-eaten piece of pizza fell out of the box. So by 6:45, we had things pretty well wrapped up. I went upstairs to take a shower, and that's when I saw the message written on the inside of the bathroom door. Hi, Rodrick. I tried scrubbing the writing off with the soap, scrubbing it off. والله يعني أو خربشه. So, and water, but whoever wrote that thing must have used a permanent marker. Okay, doesn't delete. Mom and Dad were gonna be home any minute, so I thought we were doomed. Okay, we're finished. But then Rodrick had a genius idea. He said we could switch the door out and replace it with a closet door from the basement. So we got some screwdrivers and went to work. We finally managed to get the door off its hinges. Hinges اللي هي المفصلات. Okay, the hinges of the door, like a movable joint. Like hinges means a movable joint or mechanism on which a door, gate, or lid swings as it opens and closes, or which connects linked objects. اللي هي المفصلات بتاعت الباب. So then we carried it out downstairs. Then we got the closet door from Roderick's room in the basement and brought it upstairs. We made it with no time to spare, Mom, and to spare me here to waste, right? So Mom and Dad's car rolled into the driveway right when we were tightening the last screw. You could tell they were pretty relieved the house hadn't turned it down while they were away. I don't think we're totally out of the woods. Out of the woods, out of the trouble. We're totally out of the woods. I don't think we're totally out of the woods means out of the trouble just yet, because with the way Dad was poking around tonight, like fooling around and just searching around tonight, I'm sure it won't be long before he figures out about the party. Well, Roderick might have lucked out this time, but all I can say is he should be glad Manny wasn't there to see the party. Manny is a huge tattletale. Like, he tells everything. In fact, he's been telling on me ever since he could talk. He's even told on me for stuff I did before he could talk. When I was a kid, I broke the sliding glass door in the family room. Mom and Dad didn't have any evidence that I was the one who did it, so they couldn't peg it on me, like, زقوا التهمة فيا. And I was in the clear, but Manny was there when it happened, and 2 years later, he squealed on me, like said everything had happened. So Bobby thought walk at big window. So after Manny started talking, I had to worry about all the bad things he saw me do when he was a baby. So I used to be a big tattletale myself until I learned my lesson one time. I told Roderick for saying a bad word. Mom asked me which word he said, so I spelled it out, and it was a long one too. Well, I ended up getting a bar of soap in my mouth for knowing how to spell a bad word, and Roderick got off scot-free. Roderick got off scot-free. Oh my God, like didn't have any punishment. Monday, tomorrow I have an English assignment to do where I have to write an allegory. What is an allegory, guys? An allegory is a story or poem that has a hidden meaning or a moral. Okay, it's called allegory. That's basically a story that says one thing but means something else. I was having trouble getting inspired, but then I saw Roderick outside working on his van, and I got an idea. Rory Screws Up by Greg Heffley. Once upon a time, there was this monkey named Rory. The family he lived with loved him very much, even though he was constantly screwing things up, like always spoiling things. One day, Rory accidentally rang the doorbell, and everybody thought he did it on purpose. On purpose, deliberately. عمدا وقصدا. So they give him some bananas as a reward. You are so smart, Rory. Well, now Rory was going around thinking he was some sort of monkey genius or something, and one day he heard his owner say, "My dang car is broke." So Rory's primitive mind raced to formulate a plan, and here is what he eventually came up with. Rory fixed car. Rory worked all day and all night, and to make a long story short, the end result was not a fixed car. So after it was all over, Rory had learned a very valuable lesson. Rory is a monkey, and monkeys don't fix cars. The end. After I finished my paper, I showed it to Roderick. I figured he wouldn't get it, and sure enough, I was right. Monkeys don't understand English, stupid. Like I said before, Roderick knows he's got me under his thumb with his secret thing, so I have to get my licks in any way I can. My licks in any way I can, so just to be sure that I do anything stupid as well. Okay, just to annoy him or bother him. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys enjoy it. Just make sure to like and subscribe and share. So thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all. See you next time.